Am I really that much to handle? Breaking these niggas down like a camel. You don't really know you.
Beauties, and welcome back to Beauty and Cherise. What's up, y'all? I pray that everybody is doing divine and are just feeling good, feeling great, feeling encouraged. It's a lot going on during these trying times, so I'm just sending the good love and energy out there to y'all. There you go. So hey everybody, happy Saturday. Today's Saturday. I really just wanted to come on here and just spread a little bit of wisdom about the dangers of not truly seeing yourself for who you are. And the reason why I really feel like I wanted to talk about this today is because just in life, through my own trials and tribulations, and just through other people's me seeing other people for who they are and maybe they don't see themselves, I've just learned that a lot of times that we were groomed and raised a certain type of way to not kind of be our full selves, or just express ourselves the way we are truly meant to express ourselves, because a lot of times we are programmed by our caretakers, parents, siblings, family members, just not to be too much or do too much. So, or you're told that you are too much a lot of times. And what that does for people a lot of times, especially if you're fitting into that people pleaser box, a lot of times people, or did, hints on that, because no more, but especially if you're fitting into the people pleaser box, a lot of times I realize that when people honestly, on the outside looking in, a lot of times people can see us for who we are, and we cannot, because we're us, we're living in our bodies, and sometimes we can't recognize the beauty in us or the gifts in us or how warm-hearted we are. Excuse me. Or how warm-hearted we are, or just whatever, it makes us special, our aura, our laugh, our personality traits, certain things about ourselves we're used to. We don't really, it's not anything new to us, so a lot of times we don't really cherish them or pay attention to them in the ways that we should be. So a lot of times when people come along, they can kind of notice these things about you that they may deem as special and great and all these things, and we don't, because we're too busy playing small, fitting in that teeny little box. And so we're a lot of times we're just too humble or try to downplay ourselves because we don't want to make people feel uncomfortable. And that's one thing that I've been trying to walk into more and more, in my adulthood, going into my 30s. I always looked at myself as a pretty confident person. Of course, I struggled with many insecurities, still have my insecurities I struggle with, but I've definitely grown to love myself a lot more than I used to in my early 20s. And I definitely feel like that is because me just being there for myself, not giving up on myself. No matter what trials or tribulations came along in my life, I've always picked myself back up and fed myself back that love that I know I deserve, even if it's not always reflected in my outer. And I feel like with this society that we live in today, a lot of times if people aren't getting that love on the outside through their friends or their family members or their partners or maybe even coworkers or whomever they deem as important in their lives, a lot of times people they don't love themselves first. So if they are not getting these needs met by other people, then it's pretty much like they don't feel as though they're worthy, they don't feel as though they're beautiful, they don't feel as though they're enough. And I definitely, just as I stated a little bit before, I've definitely been in that box of not feeling enough, but through just countless situations and circumstances in my life, just continuously showing me that I've always been enough. It doesn't matter what your situation is, it doesn't matter what your bank account says, because Are you not enough? Because that can fluctuate at any moment. You know, are you not enough with $2 in your bank account as you are with 200 or 2,000? Like, you're the same person. Your bank account just changed. The number just changed. That has nothing to do with who you are inside, your heart, your mind, your body, your spirit, your characteristics. The way that you approach everyday life has nothing to do with your flashy car and your house and all those things. So a lot of times we'll get it misconstrued, and we'll feel like because of who we deem that we aren't, that we shouldn't try to overly play our roles, or, you know, just be as big as we feel internally. Like, do y'all ever see the sun in the sky? Like, oh yeah, you know what, I don't want to offend all these people today, so you know what, I'm not gonna shine my light today. That's not gonna happen. No. Negative. That's 9 times out of 10 never gonna happen. When the sun feels the need to shine, which is every morning, when that sun come up at 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock, the sun is up, okay? It is shining. It is doing its thing until it's time to go down again. Like, and I feel like that's how we should be in life. Like, we should be constantly shining our light. We shouldn't be worried about who is offended by that, and like who may feel a type of way about us carrying ourselves the way that we believe that is authentic to us. Now, it might be a lot for a person to put on their best just to go to the Dollar Tree, or, you know, run over to the doctor's appointment, or whatever the case is, whatever errands you might have to do in your day-to-day that might not be deemed as so important that you need to dress to impress. But when you have a certain type of love for yourself, it's not even all about what you're wearing. It's more so about how what you're wearing makes you feel, and how it helps you show up for yourself. And I've noticed a lot of times when I was kind of thinking in that, let me stay inside this little box, I realized a lot of times, you know, I would, you know, try to play myself small and whatever, and it wouldn't add to me. It would be taking away from me. And I'm thinking that I'm doing people a favor by playing myself so small, when in all actuality, who gives a, okay? Who gives a, who cares how other people feel about how big you choose to show up, how much room and space you choose to take up? Because we got to think about child like us. Like, child like me very much was a take up the space type of girl, very princessy, very like in her own world, very much filled with so much personality, so much life, so much dreams and hopes, and nobody couldn't tell me nothing. Like, I literally remember walking around the house with my little long, like, y'all know the t-shirts or whatever. I used to put that on my head and wear it as like a long wig, because I just felt like I was like princess. Like, I felt like I was Rapunzel, or I don't know. I used to walk around the house swinging my hair, doing all of that. Silly, you feel me? But in my world, I was just that girl. I was like, oh, I got this long hair, nobody can stop me. I'm her. I feel in my divinity. Of course, I wasn't thinking it as a child, but that's basically what I was feeling. I was feeling like a goddess in my divine power, because that's what I very much was. So, and even though there was others around me, I didn't care to play small for anybody. I was just choosing to be who I truly was. And a lot of times when we grow up into adults, we become much more conscious, because we get used to the voices, the naysayers, these things and that. Even though I still had a lot of confidence, like even in my early 20s, I was still very insecure. Like, I had to go through so many different stages of like loving myself and practicing self-love, and even still to this day. But I feel like now I'm at a much more serene place in my self-love. Like, I know I have so much growing to do when it comes to that, but the way that I nurture myself when nobody else can, or nobody else will, or nobody else is there, the way that I love myself, the way I show up for myself, the way that I don't give up on myself, the way that I pour positive affirmations into myself, the way that I just choose to continue to persevere for myself, because I know that I'm deserving of all the things I want in my life, and I'm willing to take risk. I'm willing to go into the unknown, even though it's scary, even though fear takes a hold and try to grab us and keep us tight. You know, when you really love yourself, you're going to take all the risk in life possible, because one, we realize how short this time is that we're living on this planet, okay? Very short time period. And you know, it's our lives. Like, we come in this world alone, we leave alone. So why are we altering our experiences for other people? It doesn't make any sense. These people are when you are not here anymore, these people may still be here, and the other way around. When some people start dropping, you might still be here. So it's like you're living for people that are temporary as well as you are. So it's like when you don't see yourself, when you don't know your self-worth, when you are not valuing who you are, a lot of times that's going to come into play by the type of like people that you continuously attract and how you handle those things, and the opportunities that may or may not come your way, or the finances that may or may not come your way, any part of like abundance. If you're in such a scarcity, like, no, let me not take up too much space because I don't want to, be the bad guy, when you realize that you got to be the bad guy in order to take up space, right? Because it almost comes with and not even saying a bad guy in a sense of like you're intentionally trying to hurt people, but a bad guy in the sense of like getting into your black cat energy, getting into your, you don't care, you know what I'm saying? Like it's not about other people, it's about you. You are the main character of the story, so you're going to make it play out however you see best fit for yourself, not about nobody else. Okay, this story is not about nobody else. So if you're living your life for you, it shouldn't matter what Sarah, Jacob, and Jasmine and none of them got to say, because baby, you're the main character, you're the key role. They just the what's it called, extra. Yeah, they're the extras. So with that being said, if you show up in your life every day as the main character, you're gonna get main character things attracting to you. If you continue to play small and be small and not be all these things that God put inside of you for you to birth and bring to life, which is maybe weird, maybe unconventional, not the usual, maybe it's a little like ironic, I don't know. However, we all have our different flows that float our boat. We all have our different ways of how we want to show up in the world and carry ourselves, and it should not look like anybody else's, because that in itself lacks authenticity. Like, even if you're showing up and you have similarities, you should always be showing up in everything you do. It's okay. It's billions of people on this planet. We're going to have similarities to people. That's just what it is. Like, you know what I'm saying? But to be in your authentic self, meaning you're not forcing or trying to fit into this narrative that society has created for us today, not trying to be like Instagram or be like the trending things, or be like whatever it requires for you to reach this that level of what most people would deem success, I guess. It's just really about like letting go of other people's wants for you, releasing other people's opinions on you, because it doesn't really make a difference in your life. Like it even if you were to fit yourself into the box, people will still have stuff to say. So why not just go ahead and step right outside of it and show up as your full best version of yourself, and further leading to you getting to the best version of yourself. Like, because when you are living in such an authenticity, it's inspiring. It's truth. Truth is love, baby. Truth is all. So it's like, if you on such a high frequency like that, you definitely become a magnet for all good things. Like, I'm not gonna say ain't no bad things gonna be attracted to you, baby, because woo, that's dang near impossible. But as long as your discernment is on 10, you shouldn't be worried about that. just make sure that you're sticking with your discernment in any given situation, and then not so accessible with your energy, making sure that you're careful of who you allow in your space, and standing 10 toes on what you believe for yourself. It doesn't matter who agrees with it or who disagrees. They just weed out the extras. If people don't agree with your boundaries and the things that you have set for yourself, or the how you want to show up in the world, or if you want to show up as too much just because you go to the grocery store and you got people naysaying around you, it's just the grocery store, what you doing all that? You don't need them in your life. You don't need them in your life. You need people in your life. Girl, we're going to the grocery store. Honey, you should have let me know. I would have put on my... You need people around that's going to encourage that type of behavior. Want to see more of you. Want to see more of you sharing your gifts and your light and your love and, positivity and healing energy, or whatever it is that you got to give to the world, because we are in major lack of it, major scarcity when it comes to love, abundance, mindsets, and all that good stuff. Real energy is rare. So, with that being said, I just suggest that, Stop playing small. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter who say you do too much. Do it. Why not? You know, life is a little boring if you don't do too much. Like, I really have to continue to remind myself, like, who I am is really everything that I'm. Like, I'm everything and more in the best ways. Like, I spice up my life. Like, me bringing myself to life every day, however I want to do that, whether it's showing up in a weird hairstyle or crazy outfits, my fashion is definitely one of my biggest expressions. But however it is, whether it's me showing up, just giving love or compliments, or however it is that I feel like showing up, it's not too much because it's me. And if you say I'm too much, go find less. I know y'all heard that saying before. If you feel like I'm too much, then go find less. So with that being said, y'all, just please remember who y'all are. Continue to pour into yourselves. Like, it ain't nobody. So unapologetically. Like, so unapologetically. Like, learn how to be obsessed with yourself. Learn how to be obsessed with your energy. Learn how to continue to pour into yourself in the healthiest ways. And because the self-love thing is not an overnight thing. It's a constant, linear, uphill, downhill type of thing. But you're growing stronger in the self-love the more you work at it, the more you practice it, the more that you know, make it a priority at the top of your list. Like, I'm not doing and giving out myself to anybody or anything unless I've met these requirements for myself for the day first. That's what it looks like. It just looks like constantly putting yourself first in everything you do. And if another person has an opinion about you that's negative, not letting that rule your judgment over you, because you know who you are, you know how you know the things that you have to offer, you know you just know that you're magic. And there's nothing wrong with feeling like, you know, you deserve the best. And if you have anybody in your life that's trying to humble you out of that state, that is not the person or people for you. Okay, I've had plenty of people try to humble me in like the most covert ways ever, you know, but try to show up as like friends or etc. in my life, and the whole time they just want to dim. They just want to block. They just want to get in the way. So definitely discernment need to be on 10,000 at all times, because people can smile in your face but be the first one trying to take your spot, or behind your back trying to just do the most grimiest things to you because they see your worth and you simply don't. You over there like, well, I don't understand why, you know, they got the house. I don't have that. They have the car. I don't have that. They have their boyfriend in a relationship or the whatever. I don't have. It's not about. A lot of times, and this world has become so external, it's almost blinding. Like, it's almost blinding to most people. Like, you cannot truly see with your eyes. So a lot of times, you know, people are stuck on looks or stuck on material things when, baby, it's God made. It's energy. It's inside of you. Whatever it is that is inside of you is potent as hell. It's crowding your whole auric field to the point where, yeah, a motherfucker, because guess what? We were just taught that the material things is more important. It's the energy, babe. The energy is the real currency. That's what people really want. You know, they want that good currency, that good energy that you have. So I say be selfish. I say be real selfish. Be real, yeah. This year, you know what I'm saying? Because a lot of times we've been repeating the same things over and over again because we ain't willing to stand up for ourselves and stand on 10 like we would for a person that we was in a relationship with or a best friend. I remember when somebody wish your mother would say something to my best friend or my babe. I'm 10. Who? I'm sorry, who? It's time to be like that about you. I'm sorry, who? What, when, and where, and why, and who cares? Who cares if you don't agree? Who cares if you don't see me for all that I know I am? Because it's not nobody else's job to. It's nobody else's job to agree with you if you think you're beautiful, or to tell you that you're beautiful every day, or to tell you that you're valuable. Now, if you don't believe those things, that's just something you got to practice and embed in yourself. Just like all that negativity was embedded in you, you can take that and transmute it into something positive. It's just up to you and how serious you take yourself and your journey. Okay, so that's my message for today, babies. Don't let these people put you in no box. Continue to remind yourself every day of who the hell you are, because yeah, then you don't need nobody else to remind you. In a moment they think they about to come your way with that anything energy, you checking it like excuse me, do you fit the criteria? Let me see. So you ain't just accepting any and everything. And people try to talk, oh, you picky. Oh, excuse me, my life, my energy, my heart, my all this. Because, baby, being too nice don't get you nowhere. People will break you down, beat you up, stomp you down, leave you left for dead. And then what do we get nice? What does that being nice stuff get you? Nowhere. Same spot, same position as last year and the year before. Okay? Even in the Bible, God tells us to be a little bit of an itch, okay? Because you have to stand firm on who you are. You know what I'm saying? It's not about being evil-minded, being spiteful, being wicked, having bad intentions. It's about being firm in who you are, understanding the type of world we live in, and not accepting anything less. In family, friends, work, nothing, period. It is what it is. What's been said has been said. If you say that you're not dealing with anything less than what you deserve, and you go back on yourself and do that, your body gonna be all like, girl, what we doing here? What we doing here? So, you know, I would just say continue to root for yourself, be on your own side, and it's dangerous, girl. You'll mess around in a dangerous, very dangerous situation. I came real close. real close. I did actually come in contact with the situation. So let me not even say real close. It happened. Okay? It's dangerous. It's not funny. It's not fun in games. It's not about thinking you're the cutest thing since shoestrings. It's knowing who you are and for who. I'm God's baby, and I walk in the room every time like I am him. Like I am his. Because I am. You know, it's a certain level of, it's a certain amount of protection that's around me at all times because of who I am to God. It has nothing to do with you and your feelings. So whoever has anything negative to say about that, tell them to kick rocks times infinity. And, you know, you wish them the best and you won't pray for them. But, you know, other than that, ain't no need to dim that light, baby. Brighten it on up, if anything. Brighten it on up. Pretend like you the sun if you need to. Like, oh, if I don't pop out today, it's going to be dark. They need me. I'm needed in the world. And you need to show up every day like that. You know, have the most crazy delusional type of love when it comes to yourself. Like, and it's not crazy or delusional. It's just abundant. Like, you should always love yourself more than you love anybody else. Because if not, you're going to get played. Period. Point blank. But yeah, y'all, that's really all I wanted to come on here and talk to y'all about. Keep yourselves first. Don't ever let a person tell you who you are when you know. Don't ever let a person try to play you when you know that you're worth so much more. Okay? Mwah. And I'll see y'all next video. Bye.
Am I really that much? And breaking these niggas down like a camera. You don't really know you are.